Hello, YouTube world. We're live on YouTube. Super Sundays, baby. Who that?
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Yep.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk with Brothers Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby. I hope everybody's having a beautiful weekend. It is Super Sunday, football Sunday, church Sunday, relaxing Sunday, hunting Sunday, sober Sunday, whatever kind of Sunday you want it to be, you have the power to make it the best that it can be. But today's show is being sponsored by Tied for Second Sober Living and New Freedom Family Center. It's one of the newest of its kind right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Women can be pregnant and go to treatment. They can bring their kids with them in treatment. They can live there with them. Right now, they are accepting pregnant women as far as, but more is to come with this organization, this family center. But shout out to the New Freedom Family Center and Tied for Second Sober Living for men and women. Also, today's show is being sponsored by Preferred Heating and Air. Winter is right around the corner. If your furnace needs an upgrade, if you something needs to be cleaned on it, contact Preferred Heating and Air. Also, today's show is being sponsored by The Ridge in Fargo, North Dakota. They have inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, peer supports, and they also have a mental health clinic. So contact The Ridge. Also, today's show is being sponsored by Prairie Recovery Center. If you're looking for a bed, go to Prairie Recovery Center. Shout out to the House of Fade in Mandan, North Dakota. Treasures of the Sea and Earth. Maya's Mission. Jade Obo, the leading spice in the land. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning, baby. And also shout out to my brother, Mr. Make It Extraordinary out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Check out his book on Amazon, on all platforms, and check him out. He's on all platforms. Make It Extraordinary. Also, Resurrection Tattoo, where you get hooked up and not effed up. And you can check them out. They're most likely going to be doing a Halloween special. It's land on a Friday this year. So hit up Resurrection Tattoo. Also, shout out to my brother, Many Visions Apparel, right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Check them out on their website. All kind of great apparel. There's some great people. They support sobriety now, and they're all about helping people and having positivity in your life. Also, shout out to the Iron Horse Inc. And we are very grateful for all the Sober Talk sponsors and supporters. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But I have a special guest in the house tonight, a young squire. He is a Mandan warrior. I got my man John Burger. What's up, brother?
Not much.
How you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, that's good, brother. Watching a little football.
Yeah, watching some football.
Who's your team?
Minnesota Vikings all the
Oh,
way.
go those Vikings.
Yeah,
Yep. What's their stats this year?
they are. I think they're 3-2.
Oh, they're better than the Saints.
Yeah, but
Saints trying to get their first win today. Who that?
maybe.
Can go to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah.
So, John, how long have you been sober, brother?
How long have I been sober? a little more than 8 months. I celebrated 8 months on the 24th of September. So yeah, about however
Con-
long that is.
Congratulate. Is that the
Yeah.
longest stint
Yes,
of
that's my
sobriety?
longest. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm proud
Since
of
I
you,
was
brother.
probably since I was 14 years old.
And how old are you now?
41.
41.
Yeah.
Lordy, Lordy, John's
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, brother.
I feel a lot younger.
Right.
I don't feel a day over 25.
Yep. That's what happens. See, alcohol and drugs are takers. You know what I mean? They take away your freedom, they take away your family, they take away your health. They take away a lot of things in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also say when you quit drinking and drugging, you get a pay raise because now you're not spending money on that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on behalf of Sober Talk, we give you this lovely tie-dye Sober Talk hat.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
for you,
liking it.
brother. We are deeply proud
Thank
of
you.
you and your one day at a time
Yeah.
accomplishment. I'm glad that you are on the right track.
Well, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, where are you from? Where did you grow up at, John?
I grew up the west side of Mandan, North Dakota.
The
Um,
West Side.
West side. I grew up around almost my entire family. I got aunts, uncles, great aunts and uncles, grandma, all my grandparents. We all lived within about a four and a half block radius over there in Mandan.
Hmm.
Pretty tight family, big family.
Are you related to the Burger Bulls?
I'm related to the Burger Buck and Bulls. That's started by my grandpa Joe Berger back in 1967, and him and his sons carried that legacy on.
So, tell the people out
They're
there
yeah.
what Burger Bulls are. The people might not know.
Well,
World famous.
the world, yeah, they world famous Buck and Bulls. Raised right here in North Dakota.
Mandan, North Dakota.
Um, traveled from, you know, all 50 states of the union. Burger Bulls have been in
Hmm.
from coast to coast, border to border. Me and my sister flew a set of bulls to Hawaii back in about
They flew
2007. Flew them from
because the Bulls is big.
yeah, the Los Angeles LAX airport has a commercial division that
So you had to show up with
specializes.
the Bulls.
Had to show up
You
with the
drove them
bulls,
there.
drove them to the right to the airport. They went on 8x3 at a time on 8x10
It's
containers.
a carry-on. A
Yeah,
carry.
Carrie, that's right. And they landed in Honolulu and actually barged them to Maui, the island of Maui,
Okay.
and then barged them back to Honolulu. They had events on two different islands over there.
Right.
My uncle Nevada took a set of bulls on a ferry from Seattle, Washington to Alaska. That was about the same thing.
It's typically does one of those bulls weigh?
Oh, about 1,800 pounds,
Okay.
anywhere from 1,400 to over 2,000, but I'd say they average about
Yeah,
seven.
I could fit that on my carry-on. I'm stuffing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So grew up in Mandan. Did you graduate from Mandan High School?
I I'd like to say I graduated early. I got my GED in 2001.
Okay.
The year before I was supposed to graduate, I dropped out of school and got my GED through Adult Learning Center here in Bismarck.
Okay.
Um, Mandan, but I grew up in Mandan playing a lot of sports, boxed, wrestled, played football.
Oh,
Um,
so you know how to hit them in the little chinny chin chin.
yeah, yeah, a little bit. Lot of great coaches in my life too. I'd like to say Milo Trusty. It's
What's his name?
Milo Trusty.
Milo.
Milo Trusty. Yeah, he coached at Matt Pack and University of Mary.
Wrestling.
Wrestling, and then Ed Schultz was my boxing coach. Terry Pudwell. They both passed since I boxed and wrestled. And Milo hasn't passed, but yeah.
Hmm.
Great people. I've been fortunate to be surrounded by a lot of great people in my life.
Well,
Very fortunate. Yeah.
that's a blessing, brother.
Yeah.
I know. You know when you've been wrestling too much, too long, when you got two cauliflower ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'm a world champion.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So,
For sure.
how was it growing up in your household, brother? Did you have brothers, sisters, big family, little family, mom and dad?
I had mom and dad both, in the house. They've been married for over 40 years. I want to say going to be 43 or 44 years this October, here just in a couple weeks. I got two sisters, one older, one younger. They're a big part of my life. Um, they're my best friends, you know. I lived in town, but spent a lot of time. My grandpa had a ranch 20 miles southeast of Mandan in Fort Rice, North Dakota. Shout out to Fort Rice, St. Anthony area there. Odens, North Dakota, Solon, North Dakota. Spent a lot of time there as a kid. And my grandpa also had a commercial beef cow feedlot west of Mandan, North Dakota, about 2 miles.
Hmm.
So grew up in town, but every minute that I wasn't at a sporting event or something like that, I was, on the farm or on the feedlot, spending time with my uncle, my grandpa, and my dad.
So you know a lot about cattle.
No, I'd like to say I do if yeah, yeah.
So I met one of your family members. I don't remember exactly who he was, his name. Before I got sober and over 8 years ago when I was in jail. And I was in jail for 4 months, and every weekend he would have to come. It was like every
Yeah,
Friday night he would have to spend a
yeah,
night for like the rest of his life or something.
sure,
And he was telling me he's one of your family. He's a burger,
sure.
and he
A
told
lot of
me,
us, yeah.
yeah, and he was telling me about what's the name of the people that take care of the hoofs of the horses?
Oh, farrier,
Yeah,
horseshoers,
and he told me he's
farrier.
like one of the best and one of the last or something that it's a dying trade, and
Okay.
how important it is
Oh,
to
it's
be
absolute.
like a person that's a specialist in the legs of animals and
Yeah,
in the hoofs and
yeah.
stuff.
If you ever looked at a diagram of a horse's hoof, there's so many. There's the frog, the sole, the I mean the wall. There's just, and if you don't know exactly what you're doing, and you take a little bit of nip a little bit too much off the frog or anything like that,
Mhm.
they could you could hurt them for life and wreck them. So the people that do that are very talented.
You know how to do that?
I trimmed horses growing up. I was taught by a great friend of mine, Marty Beard, from east of Bismarck here. He taught me how to trim horses when I was a kid. I used to hold horses for him when he was shoeing, and then he taught me that. He also told me that I asked him where he went to school to be a horseshoer, to be a farrier, and he said the school of hard knocks.
Get kicked in the face.
Yeah, yeah, and for the I'm not ashamed to say for many years I thought that was a real like actual physical place with the school of hard knocks. So come to find out it's
He was trying to get a
could be
scholarship,
anywhere.
huh? Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
hey, everyone, reach out to John so he can get that scholarship to the school of hard knocks.
I think I
You got
might
a full
have.
ride there, sir.
Yeah, I found it along the way, believe
Yeah.
it or not. Yeah,
Um, have you ever rode a bull?
I rode bulls.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. There's a little bit of fear involved. Sometimes, when I first started riding bulls, I blacked out. I literally didn't remember doing it.
Were you drinking?
No, 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 just from the adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I never rode under the influence. I actually retired. Shouldn't say retired. I just kind of gave up the sport, and later on in my high school years, and I started getting on bulls again about 10 years later when I was about 28 years old, right? But
Mm-hmm.
maybe actually about 26, right before my daughter was born. So whatever that age would have made me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was a lot of fun. Um, I, 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 I wouldn't say I'd recommend everybody do it, but
Right.
if you ever get a chance to and you feel that like you'd like to do it, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Did you have one of those big rodeo buckles? We call them bunny buckles.
Bu- bu- bu-
Yeah, they catch all the
bu-
women.
I had a few that some bulls of my dad's and mine, competed at some competitions and won over the years. Yeah, in 2005, uh, bull by the name of Sir Patrick won the best bull of an event I went to, and that's the buckle I wear to
Okay.
this day. Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's historical, brother.
yeah.
How old were you when you first recall trying drugs or alcohol?
How old are I? I was probably 12, 6, 7th grade. 12 years old. A couple friends of mine out at his parents' place, they had a bar, and we skimmed a little vodka or rum off the top of the bottles, and yeah, that was kind of an, I'd like to call it just, I really don't remember getting drunk or anything like that, but
Right.
it was about age 14 when I started drinking
Right.
and
Middle
used.
school.
Right at when I was a freshman.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school till 8th grade. Um, from 2 years of preschool all the way through 8th grade at Christ King Catholic School in Mandan.
Mm-hmm.
Very fortunate to have that education that I got there. So I didn't really see drugs or alcohol, drugs until I was in high school. Ended up going to public school in high school in Mandan there, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it wasn't very long, and I was looking for something, I think, looking to make new friends and just, yeah, that became part of my story. Just, drugs and alcohol
Okay.
slowly took over
When
my
was the
life.
first time you got in trouble for drinking or drugging or like in high school or
Yeah, oh yeah.
with the law?
Yeah, not exactly getting caught drinking or or using or getting caught with substances or anything like that, but you know, I started hanging out with a rough, I shouldn't say rough group. I started hanging out with some kids, and we started finding trouble to support our habits.
Mm-hmm.
A few stolen checkbooks um, along the way. Not,
That's never good.
yeah, not, yeah. I'm not very pleased to say that that was part of my story too. Is did some things I wish I could take back.
Have you ever been to prison?
Never been to prison. Um, Had some close calls, I guess. I've spent plenty of nights in jail,
Mm-hmm.
county jail.
I know about that.
Um, Even in Phoenix, Arizona. Funny story there. Like there really is night court.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had court at 4 a.m. in Phoenix,
In
Arizona,
person, on
in
video.
person, in person. Yeah, yeah, they do 24 hours a day court
Man,
in Phoenix,
book them,
Arizona.
Daniel.
Book 'em, Daniel. Yeah, so thank God, I never went to prison. Maybe if I would have, earlier on in my life, in my 20s or early 30s, if maybe that would have straightened me out. Maybe it wouldn't have. But no, never spent any time there.
Well, I'm glad that you're still free.
Yeah.
Um, so once you got your GED, how old were you got your GED?
17.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got your GED, and what type of jobs careers did you have?
Um, like quite a few different ones over the years. Right about that time, 18, 19 years old, um, I started working for a guy by the name of Jad Briner, still in the construction industry today. Great guy. He taught me how to frame houses.
Okay.
Worked with him and Paul Weinberger, Cody Weinberger, um, uh, Billy Billy Don Cash.
Did you make any splinters?
Got a few splinters. Learned a few things there, but the majority of my late teens and 20s, I was spent on the road hauling the bucking bulls, and spending time at working for my grandpa at my grandpa's ranch, working for my dad at his ranch, working for my uncle Fred Berger at his ranch. Just
Mm-hmm.
All like I said, all 50 states. Went to New York City, a lot of that. So there was a lot of hauling bulls, but in the my down times I was ranching and farming. Um,
But no drug test, really.
no drug tests, no. And really, drugs and alcohol were part of my story throughout all this. But when I left the state or left the town just for bull riding and rodeo events, I was that was kind of where I could get away from all the that partying atmosphere. There was still a little bit of drinking and stuff on the road, but I could reset when I was out on the road with the bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't around the methamphetamine's part of my story.
Right.
And
Some bulls are worth a lot of
yeah,
money,
they're
and
worth a lot of
that's
money. I tried to
top
be,
top
yeah,
secret, top secret cargo.
yeah,
It's really valuable.
yeah, and I tried to be as you know straight as I could, and took I prided myself on how good I could take care of the bulls out there on the road
Hmm.
because it's tough, to take them out of their normal environment and drop them into the middle of they stayed in the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
The, the,
Out of all the bulls you've got to know all your life that was yours? Um, what was the wildest one? Did you have one that just was wild, like you had a fear for it, kind of? That that one
um,
that you just don't know.
well, the meanest bull, and you probably know this name, because it's a country song, but we had a bull come from some fellers out of Oklahoma. God, I can't say their
The
name right
Tulsa
now.
King,
Yeah, it might have been
the
a Tulsa King, but his name was Amos Moses.
the bull
The
or the
bull, the
people?
bull, the bull's
Amos
name was
Moses.
Amos Moses. Uh,
When you got two first names, you know something ain't
yeah,
right.
and that bull, anybody who ever was around him, if you were around him for more than 5 minutes, he was gonna hook you, chase you, get you. He got about anybody who ever handled the bull got hooked by him.
Mhm.
He ended up later in his career, settle becoming one of the friendliest. He was still mean, he'd still run you over, but if you were feeding him and stuff, he'd let you come up and scratch on him.
Okay.
Um,
You ever
he
got
was,
kicked?
I've been kicked, I've been run over, been hooked. Thank God, never injured that, never really any broken bones or anything like that. I did have a close call with a bull one time. I was by myself. It was a bull raised by a friend of mine, Bill Berger, no relation.
Hmm.
From out in Wisconsin. He had I can't remember the bull's name, but he got me down one time all by myself, and I thought it was over. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it was no fun. I never really worked a bull completely entirely by myself after that
Hmm.
because I could have died that day.
Well, I'm glad you're still with us.
Yeah,
Now you got wisdom and stories to tell.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Um, have you ever been married, and how many kids do you have?
Never been married. I have one daughter. She's 17 years old. Her name's Cambry.
Shout out to Cambry.
She's an awesome girl. She's got a great personality and um, I really think she's gonna, you know, whatever it is she puts her mind to, I think she's gonna accomplish that in life. I sure hope she does. Her mom's been a great mother. Um, and her and her mom have, they've had to see what it's like to be involved in someone's life that's addicted to drugs and alcohol
Right.
and the havoc that can wreak on more than you know it ain't just the person who's addicted that suffers. It's
Right.
other people too,
Yep.
including
It
my
it
family.
affects everyone around you like a
Yeah,
tornado.
like a tornado. Yeah,
Um, how is your relationship now that you're sober with them? Have you been able to make an amends?
I haven't made an amends. I'm still working through my steps.
You do have a
I
sponsor?
do have a sponsor.
Okay.
Great guy. Um, just
What
started
step
working
you
with them.
on?
I've restarted my steps. I'm at step one.
Okay.
Um, and
Don't rest on your laurels.
no, don't no. We
Mm,
just started working with them a couple weeks ago, so we're just gonna go back through the book and um
that's always a good
keep
thing.
moving forward.
Yep.
Keep moving forward.
What do you consider? Well, let me ask you this. Have you been to multiple treatments?
I've been to multiple treatments.
Okay, how many you think?
Um, I've been to inpatient treatment 4 or 5 times and outpatient treatment 4 or 5 times.
Hmm. And
Um,
and what do you think was different this time?
what do I think was different this time?
Or what was the darkest point of your life that led you up to this time trying to get sober,
Well,
and you
that
are sober for
yeah.
the longest time ever?
Well, that's I'm glad you asked me that question because it's something I like to talk about from time to time. Right before I went into treatment this last time, I had relapsed, um, and I got to a place where I was so full of shame and just defeated, that the thought started creeping into my head about ending my life, about jumping off the bridge, into the Missouri River, and that's a scary place to be. Um, I've always been a positive person, um, had every reason to live, and when I got to that spot where I felt like I wanted to take my own life, I knew I had to change something
Right.
because that's just to to me. I've dealt with a lot of close people. I've dealt with a lot of people have committed suicide in my life,
Hmm.
and it's just I don't know. I know it's not the route I wanted to take, so I knew I had to change something, and thank God for places like um,
Shout out to New
New
Freedom
Freedom,
Center.
New Freedom Center.
That's actually the place where I went to treatment as well.
Yeah,
Uh, February 12th, 2018.
awesome, man.
Yep.
Was they're great people there at New Freedom. Um, that was another thing I wanted to talk about in this program was not only New Freedom but every treatment center I've ever been involved with has passionate people that work in the in the facilities
Hmm.
that really make it possible. They kind of help you give you that springboard to real life again, and just finding hope. Because anybody who's ever been into inpatient treatment knows what them first few hours, first few days,
Hmm.
first few weeks are like.
Hmm.
You don't, you're kind of teetering on this, like, why am I here? I feel like crap.
Right.
I don't want to be here. I want to be here.
Right.
And
Don't believe what your mind's telling you. It's
yeah,
lying. It's lying to you.
but
Mm.
I cannot express enough gratitude towards the people who've been involved in my recovery, whether it be through New Freedom Center, um, Dove Tree Ranch, the ranch at Dove Tree in Lubbock, Texas is another place.
How was that?
That was awesome. I went there in 2016. Wish I would have figured it out then, but I wasn't. God God had other plans for me, however you want to say it. But
Hmm.
that place is awesome. If there's anybody listening that is
What's the name of it
in and
again?
around the ranch at Dove Tree, it's still going today.
So it's a ranch.
It's a rehab facility in the middle of country north of Lubbock, Texas. It's
Mm.
about a 40-acre property.
Okay.
Got a gymnasium and all that
The
stuff.
name sounds cool. It's like I
Yeah,
just have the vision of it. You
yeah, it,
know.
it was really cool. It was they had a chapel place you could really get in touch with
Hmm.
yourself. But anyways, yeah, the people that work in this industry, whether they're getting compensated or not, um, they're just they're the yeah, I can't thank them enough. And
Hmm.
and without the places like this, it'd be pretty hard for people to get themselves,
Exactly.
back on the right track.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad. First of all, I'm glad that you're still alive and you're still with us, brother, because you uh taking your life or anything like that or overdosing or whatever would affect a lot of people.
Yeah,
Your family, your daughter,
yeah,
me. I mean, just people that get to know you. You know what I mean? So always think about that.
hmm,
And also, I want the people out there that are listening to know this: alcohol is a depressant. Alcohol is a depressant. And it doesn't affect you while you're drinking. It's like the days afterwards. If you're already taking depression medicine or any kind of stuff like that, and you're drinking, it's just gonna make it worse. You know what I mean? And then if you live in North Dakota, one of the coldest places on in the universe, and you have seasonal depression also, so
yeah,
it's a triple banger. If you're doing meth or speed to go along with that, all you're doing is speeding up
yeah,
your depression.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You're speeding up your depression. So
yeah,
try to be knowledgeable about that.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not a, I'm not a scientist, uh, a doctor or anything like that, but I do come to common sense and realize that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we don't think about that when we're
no,
out there drinking and drugging.
no,
Um, we're just thinking about ourselves.
unfortunately,
So
that's
you went to treatment at New Freedom Center, and when you got out, where did you go?
this last time I went to Hope Manor.
Okay. Shout out to Hope
Shout out to Hope
Manor.
Manor and
I am alumni of Hope Manor as
yeah,
well.
all the people involved with that, from donors to the administrators to the house managers and the clients themselves. Like I owe Hope Manor a big, it's a big part of me, my recovery. It taught me how to just do the day-to-day things of living that I kind of that I lost. As those things that were habits, those good habits, I lost them, and I relearned them at Hope Manor.
How long were you there?
I was there for 6 months. So I just,
Me too. We
yeah,
got something in common, brother.
right on.
Yep.
I just moved back into Tied for Second,
And tell everybody out there
and
what Tied for Second is.
so Tied for Second is a great sober living program located in Bismarck, North Dakota. As far as I know, there's a handful of men's houses and a couple women's houses, and they basically, it's a sober living house where all your roommates and everything are sober and trying to be sober, and the people that are working within the Tied for Second program they're helping set up your life to your next step, to kind of learn how to do things on your own. Um, there's a lot of great things like today, football Sunday at the shop.
Yep.
Um,
And I don't mean to interrupt you.
yeah.
Public service announcement. The New Orleans Saints are about to win their first game of the season. Hear that, baby?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they won.
I'll sing.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so yeah, Tied for Seconds, awesome place. Like Josh and Zach and Spirit and everybody else involved in that. Uh, they just do an awesome job, and they want to see people succeed. And you can tell that. You can tell that they truly want to see you move forward in your life,
Hmm.
do the best you can do, and they enjoy seeing you grow, and, and that's pretty cool.
Amen to that. So how is it in Tied for Second? How much do you pay a month?
$600 a month.
And that covers everything.
Yep, that covers everything.
It covers your stay,
Yep,
your
very
lights,
lights,
food,
food.
and they offer like supported programs like
Yeah.
go to meetings. If you're in drug court,
Yeah,
uh,
they work hand in hand. As
right.
far as I'm not in drug court, but from what I can tell, yeah.
Well, they assist you in getting to
Yep,
the places you need to be, and
absolutely.
make sure you're still doing the right
Yeah,
things.
whether it be you're getting out and having trouble getting your license back, they're gonna help. They're not gonna do it for you or anything, but they're gonna, lead you to some resources that can, if there are resources to help you get back on your feet,
Hmm.
they're they're gonna help you, figure that out, plan that, plan your journey, and try to hold you accountable, and then again, it's also a program where you start having some accountability of you and responsibility yourself.
Hmm.
Um, you know, a lot of places, and I agree with that. At certain places, you have to get a meeting card signed when you're going to
Hmm.
12-step meetings and everything. Here you don't. Here, so you're kind of, how bad do you want recovery? Are you gonna,
You gotta want it.
you gotta want it, and nobody's gonna want it for you. So at some point, you gotta just get up and go to the meetings
Hmm.
on your own accord. Which then kind of rewinding back to Hope Manor, I was required to go to 7 to 14 meetings a week, and I'm
Hmm.
so glad I did that, and so glad I
Hmm.
was required at that early on in my recovery, because now I find myself going to maybe not 7 meetings a week, but I'm at 4 or 5,
I saved my last meeting card. This was
6 meetings a week.
my last meeting got. I still go to meetings, but this was when I was in sober living. My last meeting was July 10th of 2018,
Wow,
and I would have had
it's like about 10 or something.
11 meetings that week.
That's, yeah,
Yep. But
yeah,
yeah, I can relate to what you're saying, brother.
for sure.
What's one of your favorite meetings to go to?
My favorite meeting, um, be my home group. And honestly, if it wasn't my home group, it'd still be my favorite meeting. That's Straight Pepper Diet.
Yeah.
That
Boom.
Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, 7 p.m.
Thursday night.
Thursday nights every week, 52 weeks a year, rain or shine. Another meeting I like is Positive Genius at Heartview on Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m.
Which
The
heartbeat?
101 East Broadway,
The one, the original.
the original Bismarck,
Close to down.
original Bismarck Heartview, downtown Bismarck there, and uh, another one is Shoulder to Shoulder at Bismarck Community Church. Speaker meeting Tuesday nights, 7:30.
Have you spoke yet? Your story?
I've done the short speaker at
Okay. When you make 1 year,
Shoulder.
I want to hear that you're the one being the long speaker.
I sure,
And wear your buckle when you
yeah,
go up there. You
heck
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's a new cowboy in town, folks.
No, dang sure we'll do that.
Well, that's great, brother. And you got your a job?
Got a job, working at Gerdau Ameristeel. It's a temporary job. I hope it turns into a full-time job.
What are you doing?
I'm working at the weighing and sorting non-ferrous scrap metals. So that means all metals besides steel.
Hmm.
So your copper, aluminum,
So what's
brass.
the average price for copper right now?
It's good. It's great.
Mm.
It's great. It's over, anywhere from 3 to 3.50 a pound. But
Mm.
that, like any commodity, that can change day to day.
Yep.
But
So what are all the things that you can recycle and make money on it? What's
um,
all? So you got copper,
copper, aluminum, brass, lead,
lead.
lead, like
Like what kind of lead? Like
like
pencils? I got
like
10 million pencils I'm trying to recycle.
lead fishing weights, or just
Oh yeah.
lead, itself. Antimony.
Antimony?
Yeah, I
What is
think,
that?
well, it's a kind of a lead antimony alloy. I
Okay.
actually, this is crazy. I had a radiologist bring in a bunch of lead this week from a clinic. Uh, it was the lead containers that held radioactive, like imaging medicines
Okay.
that they injected in you to give when they're checking you for cancers
Okay.
and stuff. And that was kind of neat. That I talked to him for quite a while about just the whole radiology and oncology and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
lot of stuff out there.
as long as you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, I used to be. It was a big part of my addiction was I did a lot of scrapping myself too.
Yeah.
You know, when I didn't want to.
Cadillac converters and stuff.
No, I never. Well, let's put it this way. Yeah, I never. I always tried to be an honest,
Honest thief.
honest. No,
Leave him a note.
I never stole catalytic converters. Like,
Leave him a note. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I did steal, you know
yeah.
what I mean? All your aluminum rims, but I will pay you back.
Yeah. No, it's a great job. I hope it turns into full time. It's supposed to be a 3-week gig through a local staffing agency. Shout out to Dakota Staffing Solutions,
Okay.
locally owned staffing agency. They've always found great jobs for me when I needed work, and I hope to keep working with them in the future.
Right now, are you or on any probation or anything like
I'm
that?
on supervised probation. Um, we got in a little trouble uh, last year, and I got 18 months supervised probation, and I'm supposed to get off in February.
Okay.
Um, I,
Any DUIs?
no DUIs.
Well, that's me either. That's
No,
some people got like 20 DUIs. Some people
yeah,
don't
I
have.
should have.
I know me too. I don't know how I didn't get no DUIs.
Yeah, there. Uh, I mean, there was 4 or
Not
5.
saying that I want to get one, but I'm just saying from the past, looking back now, like
Should have had a dozen. Should
I
I?
should have been digging.
Yeah, should have. Me as well. Thank God, he carried me through some of them sticky situations. I
Right.
really think it was God.
It is God.
Yeah, yeah, it is
So you do believe there is a God, a higher power.
absolutely.
Well, that's great, brother.
And faith probably is only one of the only things that kept me going and kept me alive through. Even in my addiction, I lost my connection with my spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
my spiritual connection with my higher power, who I call Jesus, God.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Buddha and all that. I've got no qualms with anybody who's got a different God than
Mm-hmm.
me, but I lost that connection, but I never stopped believing,
Mm-hmm.
and I always knew that if I was to get my life turned around, then it'd be God.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way, I think always deep down inside, I knew that my only route back to a sane, productive life was through God,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it's a work in progress, but I would I try to pray every day, and I usually get that accomplished. Um, Simple prayers, try to pray for other people, um, and just hope for the best. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that you realize that, brother. Because you come from a good family, you're surrounded by great people, and all you got to do is just keep doing what you're doing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Pat Johnson says hello.
Hey Pat,
What's up, Pat?
good.
He said he's got 70 UIs and should have had 7,000.
Yeah, Pat's a very good friend of mine,
Yeah, I know
and
Pat. He's a little
he's
cowboy himself.
a guy I look up to.
He was a bull rider, right?
Yeah, great bull rider.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the best to ever ride from North Dakota.
For real? Did he ride
Yeah,
y'all bulls?
yeah, he did. He got on some.
Well, shout out to Pat. Love you, brother. Well, we talk all the time through message.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked with Pat at Schwann Cadillac for a couple of
You were
years.
selling cars?
I was selling cars.
How was that?
That was great. It was
You know,
great.
I could be a car salesman.
You'd probably be all right.
Yeah. How long did you do that for?
I did it for 18 months.
And how many cars you think you sold?
Oh, about I'd say almost 10 a month, so close to 180.
Okay. Was that
Yeah,
pretty good money? Selling 10
yeah, it
a
was
month?
great. It was great. It all depends on what dealership you're at and what the markets are like and stuff. But besides the money, I want to give a shout out to Schwann Cadillac. Their family-owned business
Yeah, I know Brady.
in Bismarck or Mandan, I should say. The Schwann family's been in the car business since the late 70s, I want to say. Um,
Is Brady still there?
Brady's still there. He's the used car manager. But back to the Schwann family themselves, they've done more for Bismarck Mandan community that I shouldn't say than anyone because there's a lot of guys out there. The H.A. Thompson's, Dakota Community Bank, Dale Palkey,
Mm-hmm.
every other sports field in Bismarck Mandan is sponsored, but if not, I would say 90% of the things in Bismarck Mandan that involve youth activities, Dale Palkey, donates his time and
And
money.
he's part of Swan?
He's part of Dakota Community Bank.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just in Schwann. Steve Schwann does more for veterans, which I love to hear and love to
Mm-hmm.
see. I was not a veteran, but
I am.
Steve is a huge supporter of our veterans of the armed services,
Mm-hmm.
military, and
I'm gonna have to go check them out.
yeah,
Give me a little
yeah,
smooth riding cash.
yeah. They also have the Schwann Cadillac rink and the Buick rinks. The hockey rinks in Mandan are sponsored by them guys.
Okay.
Um, there's just a lot of that's I don't know. I'm getting a little sentimental here, but Bismarck Mandan is a great place to raise your kids, raise your
Amen to that.
family, to start a new life, whatever it is. It's got a lot of good core values and a lot of businesses, small businesses that put a lot of their time and effort into making their community better.
I love it.
It's so cool to see.
And that's the truth.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I thought God originally brought me here in 2015 to work at DGC, the gas plant in Buell, and make a bunch of money and go home and take over the world. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But God had different plans. This is a great place to change your life. God is present,
yeah.
and it's a great place to raise your children and have a family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John, I want to thank you
Hey,
for coming
thank you.
shed some light
This
today.
was
I'm
great.
very proud of you, brother. And you keep doing what you're doing, the next right thing. Um, and a year from now, you wouldn't believe me how your life would be.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Well,
Awesome.
thanks. You got any shout outs?
Um, I got a shout out to you know, I'd like to say that I lost my Uncle Fred Berger earlier this year, and anybody that knew him to know Fred was to love him. Um, he was just the greatest guy I ever knew. And I know he's down here looking on everybody, and he made such a difference in so many people's lives that I just it, hope God blesses anybody out there in the world to meet a person like that. That just strived every day to be a better person and a better disciple of Christ. And I could keep naming people for hours, but my family, my dad, my mom, my sisters, my daughter, and my whole extended family, they they're done nothing but support me through this.
Hmm.
Um, a good friend of mine, Jack Diggenstein, Chico, um, I really give a lot of credit to him helping me get into treatment and because I know we're trying to end the program here, but when you're about to go into treatment, there's a fine line of whether you go or not, right?
Hmm.
Like I'm about to go, I'm signed up, but do you show up to treatment?
Right.
And there's some people in my life that if they wouldn't, if I wouldn't have been around them, I might not have made it there.
Yep.
And thank God for
For somebody giving you that push.
somebody giving me that push. And then just yeah, shout out to all the people out there that just do good things to people for people they don't know and don't expect anything in return.
Mm.
Um, that that is a real special thing when you can give something to somebody or give some kind of help to somebody, expect nothing in return, and just because you never know what someone else is going through, and y- there's so many angels out there in the world that don't maybe they don't even realize when they're helping somebody survive,
Hmm.
helping somebody that was about to go off the deep end go the right way instead of the wrong way. Thank God there's people out there like that.
Yep. There, and I'm glad you recognize that, brother. Let's pray real quick.
Yeah,
Okay. Creator God, Lord, thank you for waking us up today. We thank you for another 24 hours sober. We're forever so grateful for this new life and all the blessings that are yet to come. We ask you to look over our families, our sobriety brothers and sisters, everyone out there that isn't sober, that's still struggling, all of the children, the families, um, all the brothers and sisters that either overdosed or took their own life, and the families and children they left behind. We, our hearts go out to them. But we're reporting for duty, Lord, to do your work, to do your purpose for us, to do thy will and not our will. I ask you, Lord, to look over Brother John here and let him continue to follow the path of sobriety and to know that everyone is praying for him and rooting for him and to be the man he's supposed to be. And we know that he is a great man and that he can continue on in sobriety and to stay at Tide for a second as long as you would have him stay there, God, and to help other people change their lives, just like you have blessed him with this new life. In your name, amen. Proud of you, brother.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This
And
was a pleasure.
yeah, I'm glad you did it. But shout out to Tide for Second, Sober Living, New Freedom Family Center, Preferred Heating and Air, The Ridge Treatment Center in Fargo, North Dakota, Perry Recovery Center, the House of Fade, Treasures of the Sea and Earth, Maya's Mission, Jadobo, the leading spice in the land. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning, baby. Uh, my brother, Mr. Make It Extraordinary in New Orleans, Louisiana. You can check out his book on all platforms, and you can look him up on all platforms. Check out Resurrection Tattoo, where you get hooked up and not effed up. And they always have openings. You don't have to wait months and months and months to get a piece of work done. And they usually do their annual Halloween Day special. Shout out to Mini Visions Apparel right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. You can check them out online. They have an online store, but they are supporting sobriety and positivity movement. Shout out to Mini Visions. Also, shout out to Iron Horse Incorporated. And if you can't stay sober, catch your Uber. And in the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Height, if nobody told you yet, we love you, baby. Peace and chicken grease.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun.
God is
It's the
good, man.
weekend, baby.
That's some nice keyboard. That's so fun, man. Them flies, huh?
Mhm.
Sup, bro? How's it going? Hey, did you bring them guys down? Oh, how was the conference? Is it over?
Mhm.